Alright, so we had a good idea for an opening bit, but we can't remember it, so schwa that roll call. Eiji Tsuburaya, the man who created something from nothing. Godzilla. Ultraman. But when those who don't give his franchises enough credit, these podcasters will do it justice. For they are...
Kaiju Sentai! Ultraranger!
Love our Hall of Fame's Ultraman. Ultra Yellow Canister, gone.
The other son of Belial, Ultra Pinkcaster Lane!
Spreading the love on one of Japanese beloved franchises.
Kaiju Sentai! Ultraranger! Greetings everyone, and welcome to Kaiju Sentai Ultraranger, the show where we talk about Ultraman's past, present, future, Godzilla, and all Gomoras in between. I'm your co-host, Ultra Pinkcaster Lane, Rose Pink Rosa.
Ultra Gomora caster.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, since I have like so many personas on Castranger, we're gonna have someone Ultraranger. God damn it!
So you have Ultra Pink Caster Lane, Ultra Pink Caster Lane.
Hashtag gay for Gomora.
Oh. You're like Ryu with Ella King, but your thing is with Gomora.
So this is essentially like the Gomora Power Hour because like, my God, there's just so much fucking Gomora that we're gonna be talking about today. Not even joking. We got regular Gomora, Mecha Gomora, Cyber Gomora.
And we'll get all into that.
And who kind of was inspiration for Gomora? Godzilla.
Yeah. For once, it finally took us 66 episodes, but we're finally talking about a Godzilla movie.
Yeah, and eventually we will talk about the Toei Kaiju movie, which is the Kaiju in between.
Oh yeah, Kaiju Ward.
So then we'll finally be true to our name for our show, where we talk about Ultraman's past, present. Can't really talk about future unless you count Ginga because he's from the future.
Well,
yeah, you know what? Yeah, we'll count Ginga because he's from the future.
Alright.
And then Godzilla because we're talking about Godzilla movie. And then finally when we get to that
all
Toei
Kaiju
movie,
in between.
yeah, that'll be all Kaiju in between.
Which I was basically just implying with like Rodan, Gamera.
Oh, that's true.
Like Baron.
We need to watch fucking Gamera.
No.
God.
I would love to if the DVDs weren't out of print.
Fuck, I'm so sad they never released that like new movie.
I know.
I wanted to see it.
But anyways, we're talking about Ultraman Rube episode 20, Ultraman X episode 14. Yes, episode 14. And for the first Godzilla film of the year, we are talking about the 1956 cut of the original 1954 film, Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
Yeah, so strap in, get a beer. It's gonna be fun.
Oh boy.
Spoilers, it's not.
It's not good.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. But first we got some news.
Yep,
And
a lot of news.
First
God
news
damn.
story is actually a fan edit that somebody saw.
Yeah.
Taking a little note from Extra Castranger, in which so somebody took the what is it, the mini plot or the Soto figure for Kamen Rider Gates is his name? Gates?
Yeah, Kamen Rider Gates.
Yeah, Kamen Rider Gates, and they used like Hibiki parts, I noticed, and they made it into a Gridman armor.
Yeah. So that's like
It's
actually pretty cool.
It is.
Like I like he has like the chest plate, and then he has like, you know, the shoulders, and then he has Gridman's fin on top of his helmet.
Yeah, and then like and like there's a picture hinting at like, oh, can he have the attachments? Yes, he can.
Yes, he can. Wow, that'd be cool.
It reminds me of Kamen Rider Birth a bit with the birth.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking Birth.
Yeah.
Happy birthday for him.
Is it actually called the Happy Birthday?
Yeah, it's called Birth Happy Birthday for him. Because Kogami's a fucking tool.
Oh man, I loved Kamen Rider Birth as like a character and design for O's.
I loved him as a character, but honestly, I really grew not to like his helmet design because I don't like how like the visor of the helmet is like this kind of like
U shape.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that they didn't get him for Zeo yet.
Yeah.
And they already did the Ozark, so bit of a shame.
Yeah, you know, I used to put Dan in it.
Oh, man.
You're gonna get to that episode, you're gonna fucking hate it.
Oh, I'm just gonna skip that episide.
No, you gotta watch it for Eiji.
Oh, well, okay, I'll watch it for Eiji.
Yeah, Eiji's in it. And Hina.
Yeah, cool fan of it.
Yep, no, that's cool. Way to represent Gridman and Kamen Rider, so.
So, our first proper news story. So, we finally got a release date and pricing for the Figma Gridman action figure.
I'm sorry, but that looks so cool.
It's
a bit skinnier than
It looks like an actual representation of SSS Gridman, because that's how he looks like in the anime, from what I've seen.
I don't think he looks that skinny, though.
He's...
This guy does got a bit of bulk. Like, I know he's taller and kind of lankier,
yeah.
But, like, I know he has some bulk to him. At least he comes with the sword, so that's cool.
Yeah, he at least comes with the sword.
Jesus Christ, that's huge.
It's anime.
I know. Yeah, that's the great thing about anime. You can exaggerate anything.
Swords, vehicles, bra sizes.
Can we get freaking this Gridman figure and then release like an accessory pack that comes with like fucking Gridman boxer?
Oh, Max.
Or yeah, sorry, Gridman Max. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, the figure looks cool. So it'll be coming out in August of 2019 for a price of 6,800 yen.
So you're looking at like $80-$90 figure.
Okay, so the sword's called the Gridman Caliber.
Oh yeah, Gridman Caliber, that's right. Don't worry, we'll get back to SSS Gridman eventually.
Next episode. I planned it out. If Rube isn't subbed, we still got 2 shows to talk about.
Yeah.
Alright, next news story. This kind of showed up while we were preparing. So, apparently IDW is releasing a Volume 2 of Godzilla, Complete Rulers of Earth.
So what's this?
So, apparently there was a comic for Godzilla that ran from 2013 to 2015 by IDW called Godzilla Rulers of Earth.
Huh.
It is currently the longest running Godzilla comic, only running 25 issues. And apparently it beats Marvel's run by 1 issue.
Marvel made a Godzilla comic?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, dude, have you never seen the Godzilla Marvel run?
No.
It is considered that at a point in time, Godzilla and Transformers were in the Marvel Universe. Yeah.
God, just imagine fucking Bumblebee teaming up with fucking...
Fighting Godzilla.
Or like Iron Man or something.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
So apparently Volume 1 was released back in 2016. And now, after 3 years, they're finally releasing Volume 2.
Cool.
Which will include issues 14 through 25. And that
is him. Oh, there's Mechagodzilla.
Yeah, Mechagodzilla. You see other Mechagodzillas. King Caesar. I want to say Ebera.
Okay, yeah, so we got the original Mechagodzilla, we got the 91, and I'm assuming Kiryu, so...
Maybe.
Okay.
Got some new Kaiju there.
Yeah. Huh. And then some woman going, ah! She's like she's possessed by zombies or something.
No, I can't see anything.
What the fuck's that on the... Oh, yeah, that is King Caesar.
Yeah, King Caesar.
Yeah.
And then there's just Godzilla with his atomic breath with, like, bullets on him.
Oh, and the spikes are glowing, just like in the 2014 Godzilla.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, originally collected in 6 smaller trade paperbacks. 5 issues, or 25 issues split from 6 books. Why would you do that? Wait. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Okay, yeah, so the last issue had 5. Or the last volume had 5 issues where the others had 4.
Yeah.
That's standard comic book practice. Graphic novels only have like 4 to 5 issues in it.
Okay.
It'll be coming out August 13th, 2019 for $30.
You think you'll collect this?
If I find Volume 1 for a cheap price.
Maybe in Anime North.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
I'll look out for it for you.
The art was done by Matt Frank, who is... Oh, he was also the writer. Matt Frank is big in the Kaiju, big into the Godzilla name. He does a lot of the comic books. He's also the one that's doing the Red Man comic right now.
Oh, that's why that name sounds familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good for him.
That looks impressive.
That's a really cool cover. I like that. Who's that at the top, though?
I want to say Ebera, but it might just be a new kaiju. Because you also got this thing down here.
Yeah, okay. You know what? That's cool. New kaijus are always cool.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, neat.
Do we know anything else? Nope. Alright. Looks cool. I'll probably look into the Rulers of Earth series through Comixology. If it's on there. I hope. Alright. On to some Ultraman news. Subaraya Productions plans on taking down, what's the company's name? Blue Arc Group, in which they were the ones that made the Dragon Force movies that had the Chinese bootleg Ultraman. Remember him?
I know. I'm still waiting for the English sub of this movie so we can watch it and talk about it.
Do you remember when we had that in the news?
Yeah.
When there was Crunch and Noble?
Yep.
Good times.
Yeah.
So apparently there was a TV series after this called Dragon Force 2 in 2018.
And Dragon Force Rise of Ultraman 2019 film.
Oh.
They made a sequel.
And it came out. It came out January 18th. And there's a trailer.
And the kid's wearing an Ultraman hoodie.
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta watch the trailer.
Alright, we'll be right back. I have no idea what that was.
Okay, like, what I gathered from that, there was, like, some evil villains, Ultraman's fighting them, there was, like, some kind of, like, Iron Man group of people.
Well, they're the Dragon Force.
And a pink dragon.
Well, I thought Ultraman was the villain in the first one.
Maybe he was at first, and then they converted him or something? Like, we don't have the full context of the movie, so we don't know, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, in the press release, Subaraya reiterated that they are the sole copyright owner and holder of all Ultraman works, and they never authorized the Blue Arc Group to use their characters, which is why they filed a lawsuit in China about said copyright infringement. Yeah, but there's no copywriting in China, so literally China can do whatever the fuck they want.
But then here's the thing, though. Blue Arc Group argues that they got permission from UN Corporation.
Oh, who used to own them.
In which, for those that don't know, UN Corporation basically forged Subaraya as president at the time, saying that they had international rights to Ultraman.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ultraman through Ultraman Taro.
Yeah.
Or, sorry, Ultra Q to Ultraman Taro and Jumborg 9.
Mm-hmm.
Or Jumborg Ace.
Mm-hmm.
Internationally. That's why they've never really gotten a legal release over here.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why when Crunchyroll got it, furthest back that they got was Leo, which was the show that came after Taro.
Yeah.
But now that Subaraya Productions owns the international rights to the Ultra series, like to all of the Ultra series once again, guess they're going to take action and be like, hey, this is our property. You are disgracing our name.
Huh.
But which, yeah, that's the biggest argument. China doesn't really have copyright laws.
No, they don't.
Why do you think every bootleg comes from China? It's like, they don't care.
Yeah.
In addition, the press also pointed out their recent court victory about the rights of the franchise that UN Corporation's representative director admitted under oath at said trial that they don't have the rights to adapt the Ultraman series. Okay, so I guess that was a thing as well. That sure, UN Corporation had the right to Ultraman internationally, but apparently they could never release any new content out in the West. Maybe that's why because you remember that news story about how Subaraya plans on making a West Coast branch, right?
Yeah.
To make expanded content. That's probably what they're going to start doing now.
Oh, okay. So here's the synopsis for the movie, apparently, because it's on the Ultraman wiki.
Oh, of course it is.
Protecting the Earth and maintaining peace, Ultraman used to be a godlike existence for the Earth, but in recent decades he disappeared into a mystery. The replacement for him was the elite team Dragon Force, part of the GSB, Earth Security Organization. GSB has been receiving reports of global energy anomalies in the near future, and there have been huge disasters around the world. The GSB organization sent the Dragon Force to find out the causes of the energy anomalies, but unexpectedly found that the incident had a relationship with Ultraman. The unexpected encounters between old and new generations of the Earth's guardians led to the hostile sides of life and death. In the end, is this an accident or a conspiracy? Who saw the final truth?
Okay, so it's like a Fate and the Furious type of thing, where it's like the advertisement was showing you like, oh, Dom's evil, but it's like, oh no, he has reasons.
Mm-hmm.
In the end, don't go see Fate and the Furious.
No.
That just proves that, okay, maybe we should stop these Fast and Furious movies.
Yep.
Like, we should have stopped them at 6.
Yep.
And I'll put this in the link as well. Subaraya Productions also released like a full-on news statement regarding the situation, in which it goes into more detail about their whole protection rights and such.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, Dragon Force kind of sounds cool.
Yeah.
Like that sounds like a Sentai synopsis. Like an elite team protecting
the Earth after.
Like there was a warrior that came before us, and now it's our job to make sure that his what he fought for was never tainted.
Yeah. Neat.
What else you got? Subaraya Productions.
Whoa. Ah! Ah!
Nothing. Though I will admit, I like the layout of their. I like the layout.
Get to know more about Subaraya Productions.
Yeah, father of Tokusatsu, Eiji Subaraya, the founder of Subaraya Productions.
With his fedora and glasses and everything.
I actually.
Oh, and a cigarette.
I actually like that tagline for Eiji Subaraya, father of Tokusatsu.
Well, he's the father of Tokusatsu.
Yeah, Godzilla is like the king of Tokusatsu. What would you consider Godzilla? The grandfather, or the
grandfather?
The grandfather of Tokusatsu?
The god of Tokusatsu.
Oh, and look, it's Ultraman Reboot.
Oh, cool. It's the Malaysian Ultraman.
Yeah, from Ipu Ipu, or Apu and Ipu. I don't know. One of our fans actually acknowledged us that it was nice of us to actually mention that. Which, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
Speaking of things returning, Moa Mogami is returning to Ultraman New Generation Chronicle. Moa Mogami played the role of Android 01, aka Mana from Ultraman Ginga S, and she will be appearing in 3 episodes of Ultraman New Generation Chronicle.
One with Pega and fucking
Kaiju Buska.
Kaiju Buska.
Well, they're the hosts of the show. And then in the first episode, Riku made a guest cameo. Because, of course, Riku would show up.
Yeah.
Hey, we got an Ultra... What do you want?
Yeah, I know. For the rest of his life, he'll just be
I'll
like,
do it.
If you need Ultraman Gene, I will be there.
Not even the concept of the episode. The episode was never subbed, but I could tell, so Riku and Pega were there for a Dawnshine film event, but the footage that they were watching, it was nothing but the new generation Ultraman, from Ginga to Rosa and Blue. So Riku leaves, and then Kaiju Buska shows up because apparently he runs the theater. Gonkyu's going to show up in this week's episode because they're talking about the episode Gonkyu's Tears.
Yay!
Okay, so far, first episode, it was the introduction of all the Ultramen from Ginga to Rosa and Blue. Second episode was the first episode of X. Third episode was the first episode of Ultraman Geed. And now the episode coming up this Friday, which, if you're listening to this if you're listening to this episode, the episode's already out. It'll be the episode Gonkyu's Tears from Ultraman Ginga S.
Yep. Episode 11.
Yeah, episode 11.
Ugh. That's cool.
Okay, so yeah, she'll be here to, she'll be on episodes that will be airing from February 2nd, 9th, and 16th. So, episodes 5, 6, and 7. It's not bad. Cool. And to keep on the Ginga S hype train, excuse me, but you may want to turn down your volume for this. Lane, there's an ultra replica of the Ginga Spark.
I know.
I need it.
I know you do.
Need it.
I know you do.
Premium Bandai has announced that their next item for their Ultra Replica line is the Ultra Replica Ginga Spark from Ultraman Ginga.
Complete with Ginga Spark Doll.
Oh.
No, and then what's the best thing about this set?
All right. For starters, it's a cheaper price.
Yep.
So I don't have to spend $300 on a Ginga Spark anymore.
No, you don't.
Thank you.
And you're getting like a proper 1-to-1 scale.
Yeah, a proper 1-to-1 scale of the Ginga Spark. It comes with a stand, unlike the original DX one.
And a stand for the Spark Doll.
Yeah, and a stand for the highly detailed Ultraman Ginga Spark doll, in which I think that may just be the one from the, I know they re-released the Ginga and Victory soft vinyl figures, like a while back. They were like highly detailed. I think it was called like Soul's soft vinyl.
Okay. That's still cool looking.
But the best part of all with this, it comes with 2 sticker sheets of 221 different kinds of Spark Doll labels.
Yeah. So literally, if any of your vinyls that you own, you can just attach the sticker to said vinyl and turn it into a Spark Doll.
Like for instance,
so my Gomora.
Yeah. So I'm holding Lane's Gomora, which I wish I had my Taro over here, but he's on display right now. You may notice that if you buy a soft vinyl that came out between 2013 to 2015, there is a small little emblem on the right foot of each Kaiju and Ultraman. Now that's where the Spark doll, the Ginga Spark label would be.
To scan it, yeah.
Yeah, to scan it on, in which the Ginga Spark would say Ultra Live, and then it would be whichever Kaiju or Ultraman you had. Unfortunately, like you gotta re-release these stuffs. So after 2016, they re-released everything, but they now no longer have the Ginga Spark logo. What they have is like a production logo. So it's like 1805 for Gomora. These sheets here allow you to take said vinyl figures that you already have, if it doesn't have the Ginga Spark logo, and you just put it on.
Or the better thing is, now you just have a
sticker sheet
list of 220 different Spark Dolls, and you can just literally take the Ginga Spark and just boop, 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 scan all of them, and you have access to every sound in the toy. That's fucking amazing.
In addition, the transformation mode, you can reproduce the first transformation of Ultraman Ginga in conjunction with the BMG. By loading the Ginga Spark, 221 different kinds of sounds will be activated.
That's awesome. So, like, probably what you'd want to do is just, like, laminate these sheets, and then just, like, there you go.
Yeah.
Scan them wherever you want. Oh, I want to do Dyna. Ultraman
Dyna.
That's sick, man.
And just that face, man. That face on the Ginga Spark. It just, I love it, and I want it.
I know you do. Oh yeah.
Like
it's a really nice transformation device.
Like I was baffled because like I was just thinking to myself, man, I'm gonna have to spend like, if I want one, I'm gonna have to actually put down a lot of money on it because it was that big of a toy. But now it's like, why get that and hunt down every single Spark doll when I could get this and have everything?
That's why, like, I'm kind of holding out because, like, I don't know why, but one of my favorite Ultraman transformation devices is the X Divisor, and like, I really want that.
I can see them doing an X Divisor next year. It will be X's 5th anniversary.
Yeah.
Well, actually, came out in 2015. So 2016, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, next year will be Ultraman X's 5th anniversary.
Yeah.
So chances are there will be an X Divisor coming out next year. They
can have like X quotes and
come with every cyber card. Because even like for the X lineup, they also had a Spark Doll line where each Kaiju or Ultraman came with a cyber card.
Mm-hmm.
Or I think it was just the Kaijus. They came with cyber cards of each representative. So, hopefully they also get a re-release.
Yeah.
The Ultra Replica Ginga Spark set from Ultraman Ginga will go for 9,990 yen, which is like what, $100?
Yeah.
140.
Yeah. So you're still paying a lot less.
You know, like 180 with middleman fees.
Yeah.
And is scheduled to come out in August of 2019 this year. Pre-orders are being accepted until March 23rd, 2019 at 23 Japanese Standard Time.
Okay, so you got some time to save, sir.
I am automatically going to put money down on this.
There you are.
I
Need it.
Ginga was my first ongoing Ultraman series. I've always wanted a Ginga Spark, and now I can have like the be-all end-all version of it.
Yeah, Ginga was the first like Ultraman where I was kind of just like, huh, I wouldn't mind getting into Ultraman, and then I just stopped watching after when it went to hiatus because like it was really boring.
Well, no, like after it went on hiatus, nobody subbed it. And then nobody subbed Ginga S.
And then I'd say Ultraman Orb is technically now my official like starting
yeah.
point into Ultraman. So that's fucking cool. Good job, Bandai.
Man,
Thank you.
I wonder what Victory's up to. Oh wait, he's getting a fucking SH Figuarts.
Yeah, no, that was a surprise and it looks fucking awesome looking.
Just Ginga gets the Ultra Replica. Victory gets the freaking SH Figuarts.
Yeah. Well, that's sick. Because Victory's a cool character. He's really cool. Now, I know I've said on the show before that I'm a huge fan of Ultraman Victory, and I am, but I'd like a figure art of Ultraman Victory Knight. That would be beautiful. And I would just have him standing there playing
The Night Timber.
Playing the Night Timber.
So yeah, I was just when I heard about the announcement for SH Figuarts Ultraman Victory, I didn't even see an image. My friend on Twitter tweeted about like how the SH Figuarts looks like. All they mentioned was OMG, the new announcement for the SH Figuarts looks so sick. And I'm like, oh, okay, and I know that they're into Ultraman. It's like, it's gotta be an Ultraman, like it's gotta be something Ultraman related. So I'm just like scrolling through Twitter being like, which is it, which is it, which is it, which is it? And it's like, it's Victory. Oh my god.
It's so cool.
It's
so nice. And he comes with the EX Red King Knuckle!
Yeah, he comes with the Red King Knuckle. And he also comes with the Shepardon's saber. Yay,
I'm glad he comes with the Shepardon's saber. Because that's his buddy.
He'll also probably come with an effect piece to do the Victorium shoot.
What I would want to do is, if I got the Victory figure, I'd get like a Shepardon vinyl and just pose it with him.
Oh, that'd be cute.
His pet. That's really cool. I'm glad Victory's getting some love.
Because what was the last newest Ultraman to get an Ultra Act? Ultraman Ginga.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, so we're gonna get a Jean 9, right? For Ginga? Nope. Are we gonna get a Victory? Nope.
Ginga shit.
Getting an X? We can give you Cosmos. Okay, we like that. Are we gonna get X?
No.
Orb? Oh yeah, we're stopping production line on Ultra X.
Oh.
What are we doing?
Figuarts.
We're doing SH Figuarts now. But we already have versions of these figures.
Yes, but they're more accurate and better articulated. Okay.
Well, I kind of don't like that. Oh, 5 years later, or 4 years later. Gar, here's a figure art of Zafi. I love it.
Oh, the cool part about the Victory figure, he's a retail release.
He is a retail release costing 6,480 yen.
So it's like $80.
Yeah, $80, and then he comes out in June.
So yeah, make Victory Knight, please. I'll buy that.
Oh,
Victory Knight is beautiful.
That will probably be the Tamashi Web.
Well, I feel like if this figure does well, then they'll do Victory Knight.
It will do well. It's the only highly articulated Victory figure we have outside of vinyls.
Yeah, that's true.
This will sell.
Yeah.
Which I'm also kind of hoping, we got the EX Red, the EX Red King Knuckle, kind of wish we got an accessory pack.
Like Ella King Tail.
Yeah, like Ella King Tail,
King
Joe Gauntler, or a Gatling gun.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, if it sells well, like the Ultraman X figure arts sells well, hopefully we see accessory packs for the two of them. In which it'll come with, like, the cyber armors of Zeton, Ella King, and Bemstar. And for Victory, it'll come with, like, the other arm attachments.
Mm-hmm.
And that was our last news story for this week.
Oh my god!
Oh my goodness, it didn't feel like 30 minutes.
Probably was, though.
Probably.
Huh?
You never know with these episodes of Ultraranger.
Anyways, on to Rube! So, boy, did we get hit with a plot drop.
That was a lot of plot to drop.
So we've always been just complaining this whole show. Who's Saki? What's her purpose? What's her deal? Where did she come from? And
this episode, Spirit bombed it at us.
Pretty much, yeah. So I'll let Gar explain who Saki is.
So apparently Saki and her brothers that she mentioned in the previous episode come from the planet 0-50, which is the same homeworld as Guy Kurenai and Jokerless Juggler. Maybe. Think so. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was never specified in the Origin Saga that was their home planet. But anyways, apparently 1,300 years ago, when Lugosite was coming to Earth, I almost said Saki turned into Gregory Bone.
Yep.
Or Grigio Bone.
Yep.
And her brothers became Ultraman Rosso and Ultraman Blue. They stopped Lugosite from coming to Earth, but then they crash landed on Earth, in which, if you've seen the flashbacks that they've been showing in, like, the first handful of episodes of Ultraman Rube, this leads to that they weren't fighting Grigio Bone, it's just they all crashed on Earth together, and Rosso and Blue turned into, according to the episode, they got turned into Stardust, which it transformed them into the Rube crystals.
Oh my god.
What?
She's from Planet 050.
Yeah.
Like, confirmed. Wow. So she is from Guy's planet.
So Saki has just been walking around for the last 1,300 years.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, that's confirmation that, like...
Confirmation?
Yeah, confirmation, whatever.
Hashtag confirmation.
That, yeah, like, Guy's old as fuck.
Yeah, it just proves that...
Because, like, yeah, it makes sense because he's, like, lived 100 years or whatever. From,
yeah.
1916 to...
2016.
2016. Fuck. Wow.
So,
also, we could tell by her clothes in the flashback.
Yeah,
So we're, like, looking at, like, her tattered clothing, we're just like...
from the Origin Saga.
And we're just, like, looking at her outfit, and I'm like, yeah, she probably could be from Guy's planet. So that's cool. So...
World building.
So I guess Rube takes place in Orb's universe.
Well, remember, Ultraman. Multiverse.
Yeah.
Chances are they could have just transported to this Earth.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
Or they're from this homeworld's version of it. Or maybe this does take place in Guy's homeworld universe, and Orb's show took place in their world.
Oh. Yeah, but then how did you explain how Eisen was, like, saved by Orb when he was, like, younger?
Guy was probably hanging around space.
I guess so. Who knows?
Who knows? That's what I love about Ultraman. It's like, can't explain it. New universe.
But anyways, the surprise that I wasn't expecting in this episode was that fucking just Mecha Gomora. Or no, not Mecha Gomora, just Gomora.
Yeah,
just
Gomora.
Regular ass fucking Gomora shows up. Like, we already had Mecha Gomora in an episode.
Yeah, in, like, episode 6 it was.
Yeah, we have Mecha Gomora. And then just, like, apparently whatever the fuck Saki was trying to do, she, like, accidentally, like, awakened him, and then he just came out of the ground, and he's like, hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Gomora,
Yeah, Saki was, from what I understand, was trying to absorb the energy of the 3 Rube Gyros.
to do something, and then she couldn't do it, and she's like, "What the fuck? Like, why can those two do it, but I can't?"
It's because you're a woman. Oh no, probably not.
Those are sexist.
No, it's probably like a chosen destiny type of story.
So yeah, I think the gyros are still like, just because like her gyro is the OG gyro.
Yeah,
it's the original, and then they were copied. The Rube gyros were copied from that one.
Yeah.
So.
And apparently in episode 21, everything's finally explained.
Good.
Where it's like, okay, like all the dots finally connect together.
Asahi, what the fuck are you? Where'd you come from?
Asahi, who's your mommy and daddy?
It's Guy.
It's Guy. Oh,
it's Guy. It's just Guy's like fucking
bastard child.
Bastard child. He's like, nope, can't do this fucking thing.
Nope.
It's just
Naomi's gonna kill me if she finds out.
Yeah, it's just the daughter of fucking Guy and Naomi. Oh my god.
You know what I was also thinking about while watching this episode? Hey, remember Ken? Or Kay? Yeah, remember Kay from Jeed?
Oh yeah.
I was like, wow, did he kind of suck as a villain?
He was okay. Like, it was interesting when he started to become like fucking batshit crazy, and then like I kind of gave him respect for like, even though Belial kept like just fucking him over, he still was like just loyal to him to the end, and Belial's like, oh, okay, dude, like Jesus Christ. But no, I've come to a conclusion about like the best way to describe Asahi and Ultraman Rube. She's like that. She's like a stray cat that, like, you know, one day you're just like, you know, you're out in your backyard or something, and you just see like a cat in the backyard, and you're just like, oh, okay, oh, look at this cute little cat. So, you know, you like pet it and stuff, give it a little food, and you're like, okay. Well,
okay, but you're gonna stay out here.
Yeah, you're gonna stay out here.
You're an outside cat.
And then you don't expect to see it, and then you're kind of like, okay, you see the cat again, you're like, oh, you're still here. All right, oh, you're cute. But then eventually, you come to adore this cat, and you're like, you know what? You accept it, and you're like, no, I still love you. You're adorable.
It's mine now.
That's what Asahi is. At first, I wasn't like too like big on her.
It's just you had to let the show not put like
and now she's fucking kawaii desune.
Yeah, like you know, when she's not the plot relevance, she's a good character.
Also, I'm excited because she tried to explain the whole like origin of Rosso Blue with like her cute little doodles.
So yeah, Katsumi Isami asked her, it's like
what did Saki tell you?
Yeah, and it's like, okay, immediately cuts to like her with the doodles.
It was fucking adorable.
Oh.
And so then like yeah, and she's just like, hey, you guys don't like it, and they're like, no, we get it.
We get it.
So then fucking Ushio comes over and he's like, oh, what's this, like a bunny? It's just the
crocodile?
Crocodile? Wait, Asti, can I borrow these? I have an idea for a shirt. And I was like, I hope we see this shirt. I can't wait to fucking see this shirt.
It'll probably be like the shirt that they wear at the end of the series. I'm also starting to notice that Katsumi and Isami that never really changed their outfits.
No, that actually really bugs me.
Like this is Megaforce, like Power Rangers Megaforce type of level. Like
at least Guy, like he wore his same outfit all the time, but then sometimes, you know, when he was at the like something search SSP base or something, he'd like have it off and he'd be like eating something and like have his shirt on. That's fine.
Okay, let's do a rundown quickly. Hikaru and Ginga, he didn't really have a whole lot of clothes.
And then Ginga S, he was part of an organization, so he wears a uniform.
Yeah, so Ginga S and X, just Daichi and Hikaru are part of an organization. They have to wear the uniform. Guy, he had like a handful of shirts that he wore, but like he still had his signature jacket.
Yeah, because he needs to wear that jacket.
Yeah,
it's fucking badass.
Riku, he did have like a few handful of shirts.
And then he had that one shirt he wore in the movie, one jacket he wore in the movie, and then he went back to his regular one. We're like, what the fuck? Why'd you switch jackets all of a sudden?
Yeah, because he has two different types of jackets at least in Jeed. Katsumi and Isami,
outside of like Katsumi maybe like being in his baseball uniform, maybe when they wore the shirts when they went on their family outing, but other than that, no.
They have worn the exact same uniform, like the exact same like clothing, like since episode 1.
Like you know what I feel like they should have been doing? They should have just been wearing their dad's shirts.
Oh yeah, because like they're not. That wouldn't be product placement because like they're not real shirts.
No, and also like it'd be funny if like the dad's like, why are you guys always wearing the same shit? Like, go wear my shirts, promote them, promote my store.
Yeah.
Help your dad out. That would have been a smart idea.
Yeah.
Like Ushio did like outright complains, being like out loud, just being like, you guys wearing the same clothes.
It's
you work at a shirt store. Wear different shirts.
Exactly.
Jesus fuck.
Oh man.
There you go. And then Ushio like, because like Asahi keeps texting Saki, and like she texts Saki for like saving her, and just like it's funny like Saki just kind of accepts Asahi just being like, God, you're annoying. You're so fucking cute.
Yeah, it's like I'm not gonna respond back right now.
But you're fucking cute.
Yeah, and Ushio's just like he goes up to Asahi. It's like, who are you texting? You have a boyfriend? Is he hipster? And like he even mentions if he's a hipster.
I'll kill him. And like
yeah, it's like if he's a hipster.
He's like he's not dating anyone.
Or it's like it's not a boyfriend. It's not like that. I'm like I'm just thinking to the 2017 Power Rangers movie. Girlfriend problems.
So then Katsumi and Isami, they get into like a big fucking fight over like, oh, we should like talk. Isami's like, oh, we should talk to Saki. Maybe we can like make her do like whatever she needs to do without blowing up the earth. And Katsumi's like, no, we need to fucking fight her with force and get her gyros back.
Other way around.
Oh, was it? Oh yeah. Sorry. Isami wants to get the gyros back. Katsumi wants to talk to her, and like
because Katsumi is the older brother, Isami's the younger brother.
Yeah, so then like
he's thinking reckless.
Yeah, so then they kind of like a struggle fight or whatever, and you actually hear like a bell, like a fighting bell, like a crowd kind of like cheering in the background. I'm just like, wow.
It only took them 20 episodes, but they're actually having a fist fight.
And then I forgot because like their kaiju detector goes off, and then they like run out to go fight Gomora, and I'm just like, oh sweet, okay, they're gonna turn Ultra, and then I'm like realizing after. They don't have their gyros.
Where to get?
What the fuck do they get? So they try to like. Katsumi's like, oh no, we'll save the people. And Sami's like, you're fucking stupid. Like,
well, Katsumi's thinking like straightforward. It's like even with it, like he's thinking like an actual hero would do. Even without my powers, I'm still gonna try and help.
Yep.
Where Isami's thinking more of the like possession type of thing. It's the powers that make him a hero.
Mm-hmm.
Where with Katsumi, he's thinking external. Like it's what I do that makes me a hero.
Yep. So then Saki shows up and it's like, oh, you're responsible for this, and she's like, nope, not me.
You're gonna defeat the thing and take the public's attention, aren't you? I'm not Aizen, guys. I wouldn't do this.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not that stupid.
Yeah, you think I am Aizen?
I wish.
Meanwhile, in Russia, Aizen meets Aizen.
So then we, so then, like, the gyros, like, are, like, they
teleport.
They teleport and protect, because, like, Saki's, like, kicking their asses.
Yeah, Saki's using, like, the force to, like, beat them. Wait a minute, oh my goodness, that's also a thing with Guy, that they have, like, relate to. They have, like, a force push ability.
Oh, yeah, and he has, like, super speed.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
Yeah. That's cool. So then, like, the gyros, like, chose Isami and Katsumi, and then,
Saki thinks, it's like, oh, you guys aren't worthy, but then, like, the gyros pop out of nowhere. It's like, oh.
Guess you're worthy.
Guess you guys are worthy.
So then, so they go transform to fight,
Gomora,
and then we get this funny fucking scene where, like, there's like a car trapped under some rubble, so like Rosso just like picks up the car and like puts it on the road probably, so speeds up and he's like, bye.
He just drives off, he's like, yeah.
Gives a thumbs up going like, yeah. And then like fucking Blue falls on him, he's like, the fuck off, man. So then like
Saki's just sick of it.
Yeah, Saki's sick of it, so she summons.
Nope, it's not that she summons. She actually transforms.
Oh yeah, she transforms
into wait a minute. Desert powers.
Grand King Megalos.
Yeah, Grand King Megalos edition, which this is a new form for Grand King that shows up in this show.
It's fucking awesome looking. Like Jesus, he's like got mechanized parts on him, and like
If you don't remember who this kaiju is, he was the second kaiju in episode 2 of Orb.
Just gonna look up Grand King again.
Yeah. Well, look up Super Grand King.
Oh yeah.
Because Grand King's like very old design.
Okay.
From like the 80s.
Super.
But yeah,
Is Megalos an actual creature?
Megalos, I don't know. I don't know what the actual word Megalos means. Because I swear it probably means something. But yeah, Saki turns into Grand King Megalos.
God! Original Grand King's fucking dope!
Yeah.
Yo! That's so cool.
Which, like...
Ultraman's story.
Word forming element... Okay, so Megalos, according to dictionary.com, is just another word for large, great, or extra. What is that? What's that word?
Exaggerated.
Exaggerated.
Okay.
All right, and it comes from the Greek word megalo.
And there's Super Grand King Spectre, apparently.
Oh yeah, that showed up in Ultra Fight Victory.
Oh, that's right. And then
Yeah, Grand King's been getting around since Ginga.
Ultraman Orb as Mega Grand King. Or Maga Grand King.
Yeah, because the 6 Maga demons.
Yeah, and then there's...
Or overlords.
And then there's Grand King and Megalos.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyways, this thing is cool. And in one shot at Gomora and killed him immediately. And I was just like, oh! I was like, no!
Yeah,
like, you just see him, like, fire, like, this giant-ass fucking, like, four-road beam from his chest, and just... Gomora just gets... disintegrated.
Like Gomora sees Grand King, it's like, oh, another kaiju, eh? Well, I'm gonna take it on. One hit. Dead.
Gone. I'm like, oh!
Like, while doing notes, I didn't notice that Gomora just blew up. So I turned my head to do something else, turned back over, just see Rosa and Blue fighting. I'm like, I wonder what happened to Gomora.
Yeah.
Then I rewind it. Oh, he dead.
Oh, yeah.
He's dead.
I shed a tear for my dearly departed Gomora.
Oh, don't worry. There's like 2 more in the next show.
Yeah. So then they're just like they try to transform to Rue, but it doesn't work because they're not like on par with each other. So
yeah, like they're not in the same mental state.
Yeah, they gotta get their fucking shit together, and then it just ends with them like about to get their asses kicked.
Oh wait, they're the main characters. Oh, they'll be fine.
Yeah, they'll be fine. They'll show up in the Rue movie.
They'll show up in the Rue movie.
That's how you know they'll be fine.
Oh, don't worry, they'll live.
It's just the Rue movie. They're not in it.
You know what? That would be surprising to see. A show where the main character actually gets the axe, and then somebody else becomes the new main character.
That'd be cool. I think that would only happen if like an actor like left or died or something.
Oh wait, I think that's just Doctor Who.
Oh. Awkward.
Awkward. But yeah, so yeah, this episode definitely is starting to lead toward the finale. Especially with the news anchor saying like, oh yeah, like there's an object in our solar system and it's going to collide with Earth in 1 month. It's like, so Christmas.
So thank you, Rube. Thank you for finally getting back on the right track.
Now, if only the last 5 episodes were subbed.
We were worried about you, but now you're back on track, and I think everything's going to be okay from here on in. Until everything gets subbed. until the last 5 episodes. Hurry the fuck up!
Well, no.
Patience, young one.
They are subbed. They're just currently doing quality check right now.
Oh, quality check.
Yeah. Oh, you want to talk about the Rube Crystal Navi of this episode?
Sure. So yes, they showed the ancient monster Gomora, who is like rumored to be like one of the last surviving dinosaurs.
I think it's him being a dinosaur.
He's 40 meters, 20,000 tons, and he has the super oscillatory wave, where he fires it from his horns.
It's pretty cool. That's pretty dope.
Anyways, on to X! So, episode 14, The Shining Sky and the Land Beneath It.
This is part 2 of the Ginga Victory X crossover.
And Holy shit, was that a very good crossover episode.
This was definitely a lot better than last week's episode. Because last week it took its time, where this one's like, nope, just action.
Action. And
action.
I got something in this episode that, like, I didn't ask for. I didn't even think I wanted, but I got it. I got a fight between Mecha Gomora and Cyber Gomora. And I'm just like, what the fuck with this week with all the Gomoras?
Not to mention, yeah, it's just like, I don't know. Maybe it was just fate that, oh, this week's gonna be a good episode for Ultraranger. And now Lane is making the Cyber and Mecha Gomora hug.
Yep.
Or kiss.
Gomora wants
hug?
Too.
Okay. 2's a company, 3's a crowd.
I still need Skull Gomora.
And fuse them together.
Into Mega Cyber Mecha Gomora.
No, into, yeah, Mecha Cyber Gomora.
Mecha Cyber Gomora. Which, apparently there is such a thing as fucking Cyber Mecha Gomora.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god.
It looks dope.
It looks fucking... No, all the Cyber Kaijus look great.
It looks like Groudon. So, okay, sorry. Not Groudon, but like... Yeah, imagine Groudon, but instead of red, he's black with the red outlines.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So, like, Hikaru comes in, and he's just like, yeah, I destroyed the fucking army, and Mold Spectre's just like, you bitch.
Actually, I'm a guy. Just... And Mold Spectre is getting his ass kicked, because, like, okay, he was fighting 2 Ultramen now. Now he's fighting 3.
Oh, yeah, no, like, if you have 3 Ultramen on screen, like, you're fucked.
You're done.
You're done.
It's like you realize you're done when, A, there's more than, like, 2 of them on screen, and 3, they all go final form.
Yep.
It's like, oh, crap.
Oh, shit.
My only disappointment is that we didn't get story, like, Ultraman Ginga Sturium mode, but it's like he doesn't have the Sturium brace anymore.
No.
So it's like, okay, that's...
Because Ginga Victory is the more powerful form now.
Yeah, Ginga Victory showed up again this episode.
It's still okay looking. I'm not a big fan of it. It was funny though when like they're all in the room or whatever like that. It's like, so you're from Earth? Oh yeah.
Just
but, like
not
from another
this
dimension?
One.
Yeah.
What are you?
So then they're like, so you're Ultraman? And they're like, yeah. And then you just see Rui and like the other
Mamoru.
guy. Yeah, Mamoru just like, oh my god! They start like fucking like
patting them down.
And just be like, oh my god!
Like they're patting Hikaru and Shodan. Just be like, so you guys are Ultraman? Oh.
Ooh.
So with Alien Magma defeated, and the rift through dimensions is now closed up thanks to the Ultraman, because instead of fire, like shoot it with fire till it explodes, no, they actually comfort down the rift through dimensions, in which it actually closes. It's like, oh, okay. I was not expecting that. But Alien Chaplay is like, oh wait, I got an idea. So he gets this like alien that was never mentioned on screen, but apparently the alien's name was Mark. Like his race is called Markheim.
Okay.
In which he gives Gina the Spark Doll for Mecha Gomora, and it's like, there you go. It's like, oh, thank you. And here is something that will, and like an egg that holds information on the Zeo headquarters, and it's like, oh, Chaplay will give you the money. He turns over to Chaplay. Chaplay's just holding his gun.
And just bam!
Kills him.
Kills him. It was amazing.
It's like, whoa. That's how you pay your customers?
Yep.
No thanks.
So then, yeah, so they summon Mecha Gomora, and just Mecha Gomora's just fucking laying waste the fucking city, and it's awesome. And so then, like, it's cute, like, Tachibana or whatever like that, or, like, the captain, he,
Kabuki.
Yeah. He, like, gets, like, Asuna, Risa, Sho, and Hikaru to, like, help them out, and then just go, got it!
Yeah, because they're all like Roger, and, like, them's like, got it.
Got it. It would have been funny if he just was like, got got it.
Oh, alright.
Yeah.
But Tachibana was questioning them, being like, they're not even from this world, and they're willing to help.
us. Like, that's awesome.
Alright.
Well, this will defend Earth, right? So.
Who's your ruler? What am I supposed to say? Jesus? You're from Earth? No, I'm from Missouri. Yeah, that's on Earth, dipshit.
Yeah, and then so Asuna like teams up with Arisa, and then like Asuna's just like, all right, summon Cyber Gomora, and they just
And then
like,
Lane's biggest wet dream happened.
fucking yeah. So we have a final showdown, like a showdown between fucking Mecha Gomora, Cyber Gomora. They're fucking going at it, like fucking Cyber Gomora's like clawing at him. And Mecha Gomora like
pushing him away,
and then like Cyber Gomora like does like a flip and fucking hits him in the head with his tail, and it's just like it's amazing. And then just like I swear to God, like they have a moment where they both fire like their projectile attacks at each other.
They do.
Yeah, and they just it was that moment in Iron Man 2 where just like Rhodes is in like the Iron Man Mark II suit and Iron Man's in his Mark 6 suit, and he's just like Mark 5 Mark 4. Mark 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark 4 suit. And he's just like, it's like, oh, put your hand down. Want to be Gomora? Put your hand.
Want to be a Gomer? Raise your hand. And that's the title of this week's episode.
And then we're just gonna have the shot of like Gomora and Mecha Gomora and Cyber Gomora, just like with the shot where they're firing their lasers at each other, and then it just has War Machine and Iron Man's heads.
Okay, I'm gonna so Cyber Gomora and Mecha Gomora, but with Iron Man's heads.
And yeah.
Okay. Got it. Now, do you want War Machine or Mark II?
Whatever you decide to.
I'm gonna put War Machine.
Yeah.
I like that more.
Yeah. War Machine Mark II.
So the one from Avengers: Age of Ultron?
No.
That was Mark II, though.
Oh, okay, I know. Whatever.
And then
Whatever.
Mark III was in Civil War, and Mark IV was in Infinity War. And then Mark V is gonna be in Endgame.
Sweet. It's gonna be awesome looking.
Yeah, I love War Machine's design.
No, War Machine has always looked fucking awesome, no matter what.
I want a studio series, a studio series Marvel Legends of Mark I War Machine.
Right?
That would be
Can we have a
cool.
proper War Machine figure, please?
Sweet. Or at least from Iron Man 2.
Yeah. Yeah, so then, like, finally, like, Daichi, Sho, and Hikaru, they all, like, transformed all their Ultraman, like, at the same time, and it's fucking dope. Because it goes like, Ultraman X, Ultraman Ginga, Ultraman Victory!
And, like, they're even, like, surpassing each other for, like, the colors in the background. So, like, you see X, like, put his arms in and, like, do the iconic pose that every Ultraman does. Then you see, like, the galaxy from Ginga go through, and then Victory smashes through that.
Yeah, it's so cool. And then they like drop down, they pose, and like they're just right, and they just fucking kicking Mold Spectre's ass.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mold Spectre's plan is to steal the Spark Dolls from the Zeo headquarters to make his new army.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then Gina. Yeah, Chaplay gets killed. Gina fuses with Mold, and they become Gua Spectre.
Yeah, Gua Spectre, which is a fusion of all three of them.
Yeah. Oh wait, Juda's dead, and they got their spirit there.
I like the sword that they had because it had Gina and Judah's faces on it.
That was cool.
That was cool.
I want a figure art of him.
Yeah, no, Mold Spectre looked cool. It's a nice design. So they're fighting whatever like that, and then Ginga and Victory go Ginga Victory.
Yeah, they fuse.
That's funny to say, actually.
Ginga and Victory become Ginga Victory.
Ginga and Victory become Ginga Victory. And then X is like, oh, okay, alright, goes Exceed X.
And they just go to
town. And then we see some shit with Exceed X, which, like, didn't know he could do.
Yeah, like, he does 2 new moves in this episode. He has a move apparently called Exceed Illusion.
Where he, like, makes 4 copies of himself.
Or 3 copies of himself,
yeah.
Thus making 4 of them.
And then they have, like, all the colors based off the little
the X Slugger.
Yeah.
Like, there's a blue, red, yellow, and purple one.
Mm-hmm.
Which, okay, that was cool. And then he also has a move called the X Slugger Ray, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Making sure. Oh no, the X Lugger shot, which it's like the spacium ray from his forehead.
Yeah, it was actually really fun. It was like this cool, like, just like gigantic, like ray of rainbow colors, and I was like, whoa, it's so fucking pretty. And then, yeah, there's just like and then Ginga Victory like summons the powers of Tiga, Dyna, and Gaia, and like
because there's only 6 buttons on the Ultra Fusion brace, so Ginga Victory, or Tiga, Dyna, and Gaia have to share one, and then it's like Cosmo, like, so there's Tiga, Dyna, and Gaia, Cosmos, Max, Nexus, Mabius, and Zero. That's making 6.
Yeah.
So it's like a hexagon shape on the circle.
So like I was trying to wonder why they went.
Sorry, there's 7.
So I was trying to wonder why they said Tiga, Dyna, and Gaia, but like I couldn't find a correlation.
Well, it's because well, for starters, they were the ones that also did crossovers with each other.
Mm-hmm.
That could be it. Or it could also just be the fact that, hey, they're cool. They didn't, like, we didn't see Ginga Victory use their powers in the Ginga S movie.
Mm-hmm.
All we saw them do was, like, the, I think the Zero shot, a Cosmos attack, and a Max attack or something.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, now everyone has kind of done their own attack now. But yeah, they just go to town on Gua Spectre, and he just explodes.
Just done.
Like,
done.
Also, the explosion behind Daichi, Hikaru, and Sho before they transform, like, what is this, Disney Power Rangers?
Yeah, it's cool though.
Just a giant explosion. Like, there was no need for that explosion to be bigger than their heads.
Yeah, really.
But you know what? They're fighting a giant monster. I'll accept it.
Yeah, exactly. So then...
It's just the episode kind of, like, the episode just has a happy ending.
And
where,
then, like, we're wondering, like, how the fuck did he get back home? And just, like, it's like, oh, right, he has the Ultimate Zero card.
Yeah, so X decides to be a good chum and transport Ginga Victory and Arisa back to their home dimension.
Mm-hmm. It was a really fucking good episode.
It was well paced.
Every character got their fair share of screen time.
Well, except for Goki, but Goki never showed up. Oh, okay, you know what? That's a minor complaint, but I can accept it involving this crossover.
And I think Arisa was the more popular character.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, of course, because like you already got Ginga Victory, you got the 10 cast members from X there, so it's like, okay, Goki and everyone else kind of has to be ignored.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I can think of it this way. Goki was left behind because if he was also there, there would be no way to protect the city.
Exactly. Probably the Victorians would help too.
Yeah, as well. Then. Oh
yeah, and there was the other two, like the show's little buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those two. I don't remember their names.
They died.
You're probably wondering what happened to the rest of the Victorians.
They got buried in a
Victorians.
cave. They got buried in a cave.
They're dead.
Yeah, they're dead.
Oh yeah, there's also Mana there. She kicks ass.
So yeah, a really good episode.
You know what this reminds me of? Reminds me of how back in the day when Power Rangers did crossovers with each other.
Ultraman just does crossovers really well. I got so much Gomora. I was so happy.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, Kamen Rider and Sentai crossovers are also fun, but they just lack in story a bit. Yeah. It's like, no, I did watch the Hurricaneger versus Gal Ranger crossover, in which that's currently my #1 favorite crossover at the moment for Sentai.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyways.
Oh, do we have to?
Yeah.
All right, let's get. Oh wait, we got Daichi's Monster Lab quickly.
Okay.
There's Mecha Gomora, which apparently he also weighs 20 tons. So he weighs the same amount as Gomora.
Yep.
Like OG
He's
Gomora.
made of a lighter material.
And the Cyber card was for Ultraman Ginga Victory.
Yep.
Which still, Ginga and Victory, height microscopic to infinite, and then weight is 0 to infinity. Just do something.
Bullshit.
It is bullshit. It's like they have a set size and weight.
Why do Ginga and Victory get like special treatment?
Because they're like,
they're from the future.
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyways.
Let's talk about Godzilla.
Godzilla, king of the monsters. Incredible titan of terror.
Gar, what the fuck? Like, why? Why out of the first thing we do for this, we choose the American adaptation of the Godzilla movie?
Because we already talked about the original 1954 film with Godzilla Vember back in like 20.
Yeah, but
17.
I don't mind watching it and talking about it again. It was a really good movie.
Oh, sorry, 2016 it was.
But no, this movie just had the fucking guy some guy narrating everything that was happening right in front of us.
Hey, he has a name.
Ooh, Steve Martin.
Wait, like the comedian?
No.
Oh.
Steve Martin, global news reporter.
From Global News Network.
Yeah. Played by Raymond Burr.
On his way to Cairo, but there was a layover in Japan for 2 fucking days apparently.
Yeah. Well, like that's the thing. Sometimes like your flight gets delayed and you have to stay in a place for a couple days.
Damn.
And just Godzilla happened to fucking attack.
Yeah, in the span of 2 days, Godzilla showed up and killed everyone.
Yeah, so like you already know the whole plot of Godzilla and like how it happens. So like
okay. So here's a perfect way to describe it.
Okay.
All right, so you take the original Godzilla movie.
Mm-hmm.
You remove any mention of the atomic bomb. You remove every element about how Godzilla is a threat of nature being tampered with by the power of man with the bombings. You also get rid of the message of how like humanity could create such a monster. And then you try to make it that, oh, Godzilla is just a prehistoric dinosaur from 200 million years ago.
And he's 400 feet tall.
Which isn't really that impressive when you compare it to meters. Like, Godzilla's only 50... Like, the original Godzilla is only 50 meters tall. But according to the dub...
That's 164 feet. That's how tall Godzilla, the original Godzilla from 1954 is. It's 164 feet tall.
Yeah.
That's like
so 400...
five and like 1/3 Transformers standing on top of each other, like shoulder to feet.
But yeah, you get rid of all mention of like atomic bombs. You get rid of all mention of radioactivity. You
know why? Because probably maybe for Americans, like that kind of stuff was like very sensitive to them.
They just didn't want to play the pity game.
Yeah.
Where, oh yeah, we're not sorry for this. Oops. And this movie bombed. It bombed back in the day, apparently. It was because back in the day, it was just considered another giant monster movie.
Yeah. But like the thing I will commend this movie for and give it respect for was that
at least they tried.
They tried to actually make it seem very believable that like Steve Martin was like in the room with the other actors in the movie. So like there's like a scene where they're like talking about Godzilla in like this big giant like conference room, and like where he's sitting like in front of a bunch of Japanese people, and like the room, it looks like the same room they're in. So it's like, okay, like they've actually made it believable. There's like one part though in the movie where like the rain's going on like in the village at night that they're like staying at or whatever like that, and like you can tell like the footage is like more like darker and like grittier, but then like
you cut the damage
of Raymond Burr in the rain, it looks more like high quality.
Yeah, that's the thing. We watched the Criterion version of the 1956 film. So, which if you haven't heard of the Criterion, they are the be-all, end-all of like movie companies or like DVD release movie department, from what I understand. So this movie has been fully restored, but when it cuts to like Godzilla footage, I can still see like the grain and like how much the film is actually faded from it. And then they also re-released the because this came in a 2-pack. This came with the original 1954 film fully restored to its like highest quality possible. But now I'm just thinking, if you're gonna spend the time to do this, I didn't watch their Criterion version of the original Godzilla movie. I watched the 2004 re-release on DVD when we first watched it. Now I just want to know how much of a quality difference is there, because this is spliced footage. It's kind of like when you watch, like, say you watch an episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, like season 1, Zoo Ranger footage. It looks old. It looks like it doesn't match the actual footage from the show.
You can tell like the 90s like live action footage from Power Rangers or whatever like that.
Yeah.
And then when you go to the Sentai footage, you just like it's fucking Sentai footage.
Well, it's not even that. It's just the Sentai footage. It looks worn out. It looks to grain. You watch the official like adaptation for it. It's much like it's more. What's the word I'm looking for?
Crisp?
Yeah, it's more crisp looking. So it's like, I don't get it. Why don't they just take the original source material and just create, like, the ultimate cut of this said film? But I'm not in that position.
No. And I'll give Raymond Burr one thing. He's very good at just staring and looking concerned. Like, oh my god.
I just want to imagine what Raymond Burr was going through right then. It's like imagine if he's never saw the movie like beforehand. So he has to interact with something that's not even there. Kind of like how everyone in Transformers movies nowadays have to interact with something that's not there.
So oh my god, and then like when there's like a conversation about like what happened to like a ship full of like people that got attacked by Godzilla, like he has to have like a guy like telling him like, well, what are they saying? Oh, they said there are no survivors. Oh.
Yeah, he even mentions my Japanese is a little rusty.
It's like, fuck off, buddy.
My Weebanese is very rusty.
And then, like, for certain, like, scenes that don't have Raymond Burr in it, they just, like, dub over the fucking Japanese. So, like, when Steve Martin's talking to Dr. like, Serizawa, like, he's talking with, like, a fully English dub voice. They're like, no, he's Japanese! He's gotta speak Japanese! Like, come on!
And then there are scenes where Raymond Burr's not even there.
And they're still speaking English!
No, and they're not even speaking English. It's just all in Japanese. It's like, oh my goodness, what was this movie? To quote James Rolfe, what were they thinking?
Yeah, like, it was so confusing, man. It was so poorly done. Like,
if you're gonna do this, why didn't they just dub it?
They should just dub the movie.
Wait, we can't because there's atomic, like they talk about atomic bombs, they talk about radiation. They cut all that.
They could just dub that over.
It's just, oh my goodness.
Oh, this was a creature made of like horrible experiments due to toxic waste or something. They could have just said toxic waste.
Oh no, that's still it still would have been our fault.
Fucking God.
The Americans didn't want to feel pity for themselves.
And like when Godzilla's like first attacking, like it's just like Steve Martin's like on a fucking building, just like watching everything from a distance, and it's like, oh no, and like all this destruction, like hundreds of people are getting fucking killed, massacred. Like steps in front of it, like on a train track, and the train crashes into fucking Godzilla's foot, and just Steve Martin's just standing there on the building, just go.
So much
just looking so serious, like not even going like, oh my god, like he's not looking horrified, he's staring there looking super concerned. Like that's all the direction he got. Just stand there and look slightly concerned.
This is why I feel like he never saw the movie.
He probably never even saw what Godzilla looked like for
what's a Godzilla?
Yeah, what the fuck's a Godzilla? And like they say like Godzilla.
Yeah. So yeah,
like,
sometimes
they say Godzilla like super fast. It's really weird.
Yeah, sometimes they say Godzilla in this
Godzilla
instead of Godzilla, which I'm like, okay, you know what? That sounds like a better name than Godzilla. In a bit. Godzilla, man, I can't wait for that King Kong versus Godzilla film.
Oh, I like Godzilla. It makes him sound powerful.
Because he's a god. Also, false advertising. They never call him King of the Monsters.
No. Never once do they call him King of the Monsters.
Also, if you're going to wonder what's the difference between this version and the 2019 version coming out, because they're the same title, Godzilla King of the Monsters, Godzilla King of the Monsters, this one has a comma where the new one coming up has a colon in it. And this one's gonna be better, where this one's a piece of shit.
Yeah, and then later on, like he gets like an audio recorder and just starts like recording like everything that like describing everything that Godzilla's doing. Because like to be fair, like he's recording it for like his boss back in Chicago or some shit.
Yeah, his boss George. George
so like you gave
Lawrence.
the two Americans in this movie the most like fucking like generic names of the 50s, George and Steve.
George and Steve.
Yeah, no, those are the most like generic names you can give like two white guys.
Not even Richard.
Yeah, not even Richard, just George and Steve.
Richard Martin. That sounds better than
Richard Martin. George Martin. That sounds
George. Wait, isn't that an actor as well?
I don't fucking know.
George Martin. That sounds familiar.
Yeah. So then, like, as Godzilla's like just inching closer and closer, like he's still in the fucking building, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Get out of there! There's a fucking 50-meter monster coming towards you. Run!
Everybody's gone.
Everyone's gone, and then he gets collapsed into a fucking building. Like a building falls on him. He survives somehow.
Yeah. To quote Bill Burr from like one of his stand-ups, but here's the worst part. The worst part of all. The fucker lives.
Yeah, he survived the Godzilla attack.
You survived from being crushed by a building by a 400 feet tall giant dinosaur.
Bullshit. It's so stupid.
The fucker
it's
lived.
like, we can't have him die. He's the protagonist of the film.
Now, here's the thing that I will at least give props to. That is something that I would like to see in a Godzilla movie. Just a guy that got stuck in a situation. Like, I'm on my way here. My plane just stopped in Japan and there's a kaiju.
Yeah, I feel like if they redid that plot in like a modern Godzilla film, it would work.
Yeah, the plot itself worked. It just
like make the actor like react better and like actually have him interact with the characters, because like that's the problem. The concept works in paper like super well. It's just that they were splicing them into a film that was already made.
It's like Power Rangers Hyperforce. Good concept, bad execution.
So like, and you have like these Japanese people, like it's super funny. Like you have them have like this English dub voice, and then when like they say the name, like when like Serizawa's like going back into his lab, like the guy was speaking like dubbed over in English, and then he's like Serizawa-san, Serizawa-san, and it's like the original audio of him, and it's like, what?
Yeah,
What?
yeah. There are points where, like, even though there are already dubbed cast members for these characters, there are points where they don't even dub them over.
And I swear to God, when Emiko was like crying like a couple times in the film, that was dubbed over. That was her. No, it wasn't?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
That was the original.
Oh, okay.
That was the original
I
actress.
swear that was fucking dubbed.
Oh no! What was dubbed over was Saki crying in episode 20. Episode 20 of Rube. Just man, this movie was something.
So like, all we can say in the end is just like, if you're gonna watch this or the original version, watch the original.
Like, watch the original.
Original version, English subtitles, Japanese audio. Like,
it has a deeper meaning.
It has a deeper meaning. It's cooler. It's more suspenseful. And I forgot how terrifying this Godzilla's face is in this movie. Like, Jesus Christ. We get like a close, like, he's staring at you into the camera. Like, it's fucking terrifying.
You get the point of what Godzilla's head's supposed to be, right?
No.
It's supposed to represent a mushroom cloud.
Oh, okay.
Like, that was the original design for Godzilla. It's like they were going for like something that got hit by a atomic.
Yeah, and like I was like being a complaint, like, why the fuck is he wearing like Serizawa was like wearing like an eye patch, and it's like, oh, because he was in the war.
Yeah,
so, like, it was only 9 years ago, so
yeah, this is 1954, so like the war was only 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Then he's a lot older. He probably fought during the war.
Yeah, and just like still, it was really cool just seeing him like. They actually kept the scene of him, like, sacrificing himself to Godzilla. Like, it was still pretty fucking good, so.
They also got, like, they mentioned it once in the movie, but, Dr. Yamane, he was, like, the environmentalist.
Oh, yeah, the other guy who was like, he's like, we shouldn't be destroying him, we should study him.
Yeah, they only mentioned it once, and that was it.
Yeah.
Where in the original movie, I swore they mentioned it, like, a few more times, especially at the end when Godzilla died.
Yeah.
Like, he's the one that gives the final message, being like, he was the only thing of its race. But if we humans keep doing this, then there might be another Godzilla one day. Yeah, we might make another one. How does this movie end? Just Raymond Burr on like a microphone being like the world is now at peace again. That Godzilla is destroyed.
And then credits, and it's like Raymond Burr, Steve Martin, like, fuck off.
Fuck off.
Yeah. And then Gar told me that apparently that he does show up again in like a cut of the 1984 movie.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
In 1985 they released the 1984 film that was just titled Godzilla to start the Heisei era. It was called Godzilla's Return over here, where there were scenes with Raymond Burr now just being called Mr. Martin.
Yeah, because Steve Martin was already a thing. Steve
Martin was becoming a big thing in the 80s. And apparently, he took his role a lot more seriously. Apparently he did see the original cut of Godzilla. So he tried to keep more of the attention to like the whole like bombing stuff. And that movie was sponsored by Dr. Pepper.
Oh, that's why they have the
Like if you see that, like if you see the 1985 cut of the 1984 film, there's just Dr. Pepper everywhere.
I think we need to watch that. Like we watched this one, we might as well watch the fucking 1985 cut.
Mm-hmm.
If you said that he took it more seriously, then I'm actually genuinely curious to watch it.
If you're interested in seeing that cut, I think the reviewer's name is Brendan Colts.
Okay.
He's not like a Channel Awesome. No. But he, like, you can tell he's his inspiration was like the cinema snob. But he reviews kaiju movies. He's also from Canada.
Cool.
In which he talked about the 1985 cut. Mm-hmm. In which there's a lot of Dr. Pepper in that movie.
Cool. I like Dr. Pepper so much.
I haven't had pop in like almost 2 months.
For you. So that was our first movie that we have for our Godzilla. No, if we could.
Godzilla 65th anniversary run.
Yeah.
Or marathon. That's what I'm calling it. The Godzilla 65th anniversary marathon.
Yeah.
So now that our first movie's out of the way, let us introduce the Godzilla wheel.
Yeah. So
let me refresh this.
So we have a wheel of every single Godzilla movie on here.
Yeah, and then
every single time we'll take one out.
Yeah, so we have every movie except for the 1998 Godzilla.
Yeah.
And the anime movies from Godzilla. But this will be a video version. If you watch our YouTube version, I am going through the list to show you that we have every single Godzilla movie. Mm-hmm. We are not. Sorry, just every movie's on there.
Yep. So I'm hoping that we get to talk about my favorite Godzilla movie, Godzilla vs. Hedorah. I love that movie.
So with that out of the way, let's start the wheel. And our next kaiju movie is
Godzilla vs. Biollante.
No, it's Biollante. What? Damn it!
You spelled it Boyolante.
Yes, I accidentally spelled it Boyolante.
Hooray! Godzilla vs. Biollante. That was actually a really shitty one.
The first Godzilla movie made in the Heisei era.
With the fucking plant monster.
With not Hedorah.
It's like a plant monster. He's like a plant monster with like Godzilla's DNA.
Did you ever see Little Shop of Horrors?
Yeah, no.
Imagine Andre 2?
Yeah.
Imagine that as kaiju.
You know what's funny? I was thinking while you were saying that, I'm like, we're gonna get fucking Biollante.
I was thinking that as well. I'm like, damn
it.
Oh.
Anyway, so yeah, our next movie we'll talk about is Godzilla vs. Biollante. So look forward to that. It was boring as I remember.
May Godzilla have mercy on our soul.
Jeez, I hope we talk about Hedorah.
You want to know
you guys want us to talk about Godzilla vs. Hedorah because that shit's a fucking trip.
And you want to know the funniest part? From what I understand, Godzilla vs. Biollante was very unappreciated when it first came out, and that's why the next movie involved King Ghidorah in it, because like they started doing classic monsters. back in 2014 for Godzilla's 60th anniversary, this movie was #1 in everyone's favorite. Like, this movie made a huge comeback.
I remember not really enjoying it that much. Mm-hmm. I still like Biollante in terms of design.
It's like, wait, so what happened to its #1 spot? Shin Godzilla. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, Shin Godzilla was
I hope we get to Shin Godzilla.
I hope we talk about Shin Godzilla again too. That'd be sweet.
There's like 28 of these.
Yeah,
movies.
I want to talk about fucking Godzilla versus Hedorah. I want to talk about Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. I want to talk about Godzilla versus King Ghidorah.
King Ghidorah, yeah. M11.
Like, yeah, M11. Like, if we ever get to that movie, we'll talk about him because he's one of the best characters in the fucking franchise.
And if you're wondering, well, why don't you just do these movies in order? 1, that'll take us too long. 2, I don't know, makes things interesting.
We're not gonna do all of them, but
oh no, we're not gonna do all.
No, we'll just do whatever ones we can, and then
yeah, and then once this year is over with, we might just do it like
we've already marathoned these movies. We want to do it again. We pride ourselves in the fact that we've done it. So
yeah. Whew.
Anyways,
so yeah, this was Kaiju Sentai Ultraranger, episode 36. Want to be a Gomora? Raise your hand.
Wait, episode 36. I mean 66.
Oh yeah, episode 66. Sorry. And we'll see you all next week, because next week will be our first episode in May, and we'll finally be getting back to SSS Gridman. SSS Gridman. The anime.
Schwa for now.
Schwa for now. Oh, I need another drink.
Yeah, me too. Cheers, man.
Yeah, may Godzilla have mercy on our souls.
Oh boy.
Hey everyone, thank you for listening to this episode of Kaiju Sentai Ultraranger. We appreciate your dedication to listening.
If you have an opinion on the news or shows we talked about, leave a comment down below. #comments for Lane.
If you want to check us out on other social media pages, you can check out our Twitter pages. As always, you can follow me at twitter.com/Autobot.
You can follow me at twitter.com/Lane_.
For other pages, you can find my blog, Gar's Toku Blogs, on Facebook.com. And while you're on Facebook, why not give Radio Sentai Castranger a follow?
For older episodes of our shows, you can find them at castranger.podbean.com. And we also have some merch, such as t-shirts and bags, available at tpublic.com.
That's all for this exciting episode of Kaiju Sentai Ultraranger. Until next time,
Schwa for now!